Back again with another review here, and this is for Bobby, or Togera Godzilla. But he wanted me to talk about and review Dolphin Tales, 2011 film. And, I will say right off the bat, this is typically not my type of movie. But I did give this a watch, and, I like the movie for what it is. It was directed by Charles Martin Smith, and, this is a guy that has acted in several movies. But he directed this film here. The cast to the film, kind of jumping into the cast here, you got a good cast. You got Ashley Judd in the film. You have Harry Connick Jr. As the Doctor. Morgan Freeman, who is one of the doctors that provides the prosthetic to the Dolphin in the film. Chris Christopherson's in the cast here from Blade and other films out there. Frances Sternhagen. So you got quite a good cast here. The main kid in the film is played by Nathan Gamble, the character of Sawyer, and I thought he was okay. The score to the film is provided by Mark Isham. And then if I get into the notes, like, what I liked about the film here, the setup to the film, it's okay. I mean, some people may see it as sentimental or, schmaltzy. But, basically, this dolphin is rescued, being caught up in a crab, I think it's like a crab trap. And long story short, the tail of the dolphin has to be cut off. And, in the film, the dolphin is brought to this laboratory where it's being looked after, and the kid that was part of the rescue, wants to be there for the dolphin. And throughout the movie, the kid becomes closer to the dolphin. And then they try to, find a prosthetic, something that would work for the dolphin to, make it swim again. And that's when you have Morgan Freeman's character, who works with prosthetics to basically build a prosthetic for the dolphin here. And, like I said, the setup of the film, it's okay. It's a sweet story here. The direction is straightforward. And you have a little bit of a subplot where the main character's cousin's in the army. And, which they put a little bit of focus on, but they don't really go that deep into it. Throughout the movie, it's more about, the main kid and his relationship with this dolphin. Harry Connick Jr. is the doctor, at the laboratory, who is, looking after the dolphin. That at first, he doesn't allow the kid to, come in. But he when he realizes that the dolphin recognizes the kid and is communicating, he allows the kid to come in more. And but as a result, he's skipping school. Like after a week of, not going to school, Ashley Judd, who's the mother, is like, "What are you doing? Where are you going?" And you find out that the kid is going straight to this laboratory and, trying to be close with this dolphin that had his tail amputated. And, like you have some other characters here throughout the movie. Again, you have, Chris Christopherson, Frances Sternhagen, and, the laboratory itself in the film, which, a lot of the film takes place in this laboratory. I liked, the look of the laboratory, and you have this like pelican. You have this pelican that hangs around the facility. And like I said, they have to amputate the dolphin's tail because, it got injured in this crab trap. And, the boy tries to, help out the dolphin, swim a little bit more without a tail. And they try several different things throughout the movie. And, what I thought what the film was going to go for, was that Harry Connick Jr. and Ashley Judd would start a relationship, but they didn't go there. Like they kind of hinted at, like, is this, is there going to be a relationship or some kind of spark? But I'm kind of glad they didn't really go there. As far as that goes, the one thing I will say here about the movie is that if I have a nitpick with the film, and this is just me, I think it's a little bit overlong, because I think it's like a 2-hour film, and for me, it didn't need to be 2 hours. Like, that's the only small negative that I can give the film, really, because I can't really pick apart the film or find any real drawbacks, because it's a film that, like I said in the beginning, it's not really my type of movie. It's a sweet story, and it's based on the true story, apparently, which I did not know about. So I can't really, again, pick apart the film or nitpick or try to comb through and find a lot of drawbacks here. Because in the second half of the film is when you have Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman, he's brought in, and they try out different tales, different prosthetics. And when they get into that portion of the film, I liked it a little bit more. I would say the second half is better than the first half. They try to get a fundraiser going, and the closing scene of the film is, sweet. And like I said, there's not a whole lot for me to say here about the movie, other than it was a good watch, but I don't know if I would ever watch it again, or if I would ever pick up the film. And it's nothing against the movie, it's just not my type of genre. It's not that. I mean, I think about films, like if I think about movies back in the day that are, family oriented and sweet, like Homeward Bound, I think I would watch that movie more. Movies of that type, movies of that category back in the day that I think work a little bit better. Maybe you can probably throw in the nostalgia factor with that. So there's been movies that have a sweet story, sweet intentions, and stuff like that. But yeah, so like I said, I think this movie has a good cast. I think it has a good story and decent direction here. So with all that being said here, let me get to my overall thoughts on Dolphin Tale, or Dolphin Tales. And overall, while typically not my type of movie, but it has a good cast with a simple and pleasing story. Decent direction here by Charles Martin Smith, and score by Mark Isham. But thank you, Togera Godzilla, for the request. Hope I did a good job here. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.